இது வந்து English and Tamil கலந்த question. Apart from cine music, வேற ஏதானும் serious interest இருக்கா? And of course, I'm going to slightly paraphrase that question as வேற ஏதானும் interest apart from music as such, totally, as well as within music itself, apart from cine music, in the sense that say ghazals or jazz or rock or whatever any other branches of music. Follow-up question is also என்ன பண்றேன்னு பாடுறத தவிர other branches of music, ghazals like song except example.
Your question has too many branches. Anyway, actually, as far as Western music is concerned, my knowledge is very, very poor. Even I don't know the names of some artists who are very, very popular. Like take the case, because I heard of Britney Spears only since yesterday because she got married again. Some such thing. I may be knowing about Michael Jackson because he is a universally popular figure. But most of the time, I don't listen to that sort of music at all. If at all, I don't play at all those music, and I don't have much of collection of those. I have a couple of them. I go back to a little bit like Cliff Richard or recent times Kenny G's saxophone. These are all sorts of things which I liked. And result in the present generation puzzle singers, I like only two people who are excellent in that art. One is Hariharan and the other one is Mr. Justice Singh. And of course, I am not talking about the two great maestros from Pakistan. Deep best, no doubt about that. And I was listening a lot to those two gentlemen previously, and I have a lot of collection. And if at all I get time, most of the time I listen to Muhammad Rafi Khan. He makes me cry. Whenever I listen to his song, even a romantic number, I cry. I think he is something. There is something special in the way he produces his voice, or the way he utters the words, the way the expression comes so beautifully out of his voice. That is the thing I listen to. And most of the time, I am a lazy bum. I just lie at home and watch a lot of television, mostly action films, and watch news. And the next to music, my most favorite thing is cricket.
I was going to get there.
And I watch a lot of cricket, and sometimes I used to go far away places to watch cricket. And I have lots of friends from the star cricketers also. And that's it. Otherwise, I'm a very, very ordinary person. I'm lazy out, and I love my life. When there is no work, but somehow I create myself to be very busy, and I have to keep my things fixed and everything has to be very orderly. And I go on looking at the things once again and see, இது இப்படிலாம் இந்த பக்கம் இருந்திருந்தா நல்லா இருக்குமே, அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பேன். Otherwise, I sleep out, I be very lazy, and I just sit in a car and ask my driver, just go around anywhere, and I just read a newspaper in the car and come back again. And nothing very special, nothing particular at all. Of late, I think, because this may be the result of when I started my career, I was exactly 20. And to start with, I was not that busy. When I was 23, from then onwards, until I was almost 51, 52, I burned out like nobody's business. I was working every day, almost 11 hours, 12 hours I was working. Singing. I didn't see anything else, and I have not seen my children growing up. I missed a lot of my private life. And I think maybe the result of that is that I have become a home bird now, and I spend a lot of time with my family, and I lazy it out a lot, and I'm enjoying it literally.
Okay.
Actually, that's a nice segue to another question that I had. You obviously sang a lot in your career. வெளியில இருந்து பார்த்தாக்க 20-25,000 பாட்டெல்லாம் பாடுறதுங்கிறது one can't even think about it. Were you choosy at some point of your career? I know a lot of artists worry about overexposing their voice, making sure that they remain fresh. They don't appear so frequently among the media and all that. But you sung throughout, and you sung like I've heard 10-20 songs a day, kind of. So any point of your career where you choosy and say, I will sing only songs that really are up to a good level?
Yeah, I was choosy only when 90s started. I became choosy. That too, not on the music content of the song, because I never wanted to question the capacity of a composer. Because when a composer made a song, lots of people were there around him who okayed that and wanted that to be recorded. And at the last minute, I went and I didn't want to say the composition is bad. I was putting my foot very firm only on the quality of lyrics. That too, not on the classicism and not against the commerciality also. I know cinema music is a commercial music, but sometimes they went a little more below the belt, which I didn't like. At those situations also, I was very comfortably telling them, in case you feel that these words in your song will fetch at least a couple of lakhs more for your film, please go ahead, because I don't know the equation of the commerciality in film. But in case you feel that it should be sung by me and you need my voice should be there, then you got to change this line. I was getting one happiness over there, at least I was keeping myself aloof from that sort of numbers. And number two, if I was not singing, somebody else got a chance to sing that number. Whether with a bad lyric or something like that, that would have been somebody's bread and butter. But otherwise, I was never say, and my disqualification was I could never say no to anybody. Even after the 15th song at 9:30 or 10 o'clock in the night, I was about to pack up. Some producers to come. Always tomorrow, I thought my hero state, I definitely need this song. I used to tell them that 10 minutes of singing, or rather finishing a song in 10 minutes, is more of a mental strain than physical strain. No doubt my lungs at that stage were asking for more oxygen. Number two, to give a song in a quick period needs a lot of concentration, and you have to spend a lot of energy through your mind. So then I used to explain these things. Sometimes it was gibberish to them. They were only bothered about the next day's hero's commitment. So I couldn't say no. Okay, I will finish this. Like that, I burned out myself. Otherwise, I could not have sung this many number of songs at all. And not without pride, with confidence I could say, at least for the coming next 30-40 years, nobody will be able to record this many numbers. I am not very proud of this. It just happened because of my personality, as I wanted to please everyone. Rather, at that juncture also, a lot of people thought that if I don't sing, that song will go to somebody else. I vouch on my profession. I never thought like that. I was only feeling that this music director should not be hampered because of my not singing at all. There were so many times when I heard a track being recorded by somebody else, and I felt it was quite good. It could not have been very good, but had they tried to do it a couple of times more by the other singer, it could have come to the perfection. I used to argue with them, why should you make me sing again? What is wrong with this particular singing? You tell me. Or you get him do it once again. Let's take a couple of takes more. He could definitely do that, and he'll be giving an opportunity to others. And minimum time of numbers, people listened to me and did so. And most of the times they said, that might be a fact. But when I was in the beginning stage, if my music director thought so, I would not have got these opportunities at all. So, coming to the point, I could say no to only those little bit more vulgar words were put in the song. That too from the 90s. Prior to that, I was very hesitant in saying that literally speaking, I'll give an example. Podu, I didn't like the lyrics at all. If you go intricately into the charanams, you will see the quality of the lyric. As soon as I went to the recording studio, I looked at the paper. There was Mr. Saravanan, and Bharadwaja is my junior and a very nice person. If I could say to him, sir, leave me off in the part vendana, sari sir and but Saravanan was there and Mr. Vairamuthu was there. Then I said, sir, you really want me to sing this number up in ரெண்டு பேரும் yes, we really want you to sing for obvious reasons அப்படின்னாங்க. Then I can say that one is I respect Vairamuthu because he is a wonderful poet and a great friend of mine, and I respect the seniority of Mr. Saravanan because he is such a soft-spoken and respectful person. I couldn't say no. This is a sort of embarrassing situations at which even couple of those numbers could have come out of my voice. But otherwise, I never said no to anybody, sir.
Okay. The introduction of Vairamuthu leads us to an interesting question which a couple of people have made observations on, which is about the state of pronunciation and enunciation, and right. For which, of course, you stand at the top of the list. And combined with that is, apart from being if not the best, numero uno pretty much in terms of playback singing, you're also a marvelous music director. And the question is, this is I think from Udaya, which says, I wish you would MD as a music direct more often, either in Telugu film or Tamil film or private albums, because you can single-handedly resurrect the enunciation and pronunciation challenge, especially talking about Tamil film music.
I love it, sir, but nobody is giving me a chance to compose music. This is period. I am telling, I am not running away from the responsibility of composing music at all. I love. Maybe I may put more conditions now. Previously, எந்த படமா இருந்தாலும் I used to accept and do it. Maybe now I say I need this lyricist, I need this voice, and maybe this sort of situation I may not be able to produce music. Some such thing I might put, but otherwise people are not literally, they are not coming to me asking for doing music. It's so unfortunate. Otherwise I will certainly not, the inference might be as what you said, that I might uplift the quality of lyric or music or whatnot. See, as far as I am concerned, I did music for about 52 films in Telugu, Tamil and Kannada. And I did background score for a couple of Hindi films also. But I never did a song which I didn't like at all. Even though some of alternative tunes which I have given somebody, okay, அது நல்லா இருக்குன்னா அதுக்கு மேல இது நல்லா இருக்கு சார், நான் இதுதான் பண்ணுவேன் சொன்னாங்க தவிர, always my content was melody. And number one, I used to give a lot of liberty to the lyricist, because I did both ways. I composed the tune first and I asked the lyricist to write, and sometimes I took the lyrics and did it also. But I always felt a song should go to the heart of the people through the lyric first and then the music. So even after I composed a melody and the lyricist gave the paper to me, after listening to that, one or two ஒரு ஹஸ்வாஷ்ரம் தீர்காஷ்ரம் பண்ணா தீர்காஷ்ரம் ஹஸ்வாஷ்ரம் பண்ணா கூட I didn't mind changing my melody a bit for the sake of the lyrics. I never said no for that. And the $1,000,000 question is, nobody is asking me to do music. And the latest one which I have done is because it was my son's film. That too he asked me to do. I never said I want to do music.
நாங்க கேக்குறோம் பண்ணுங்க.
Oh yeah, you produce a film, I definitely do a music. If at all it is a film music.
How about private albums? இப்போ for example நீங்க வந்து you did I think you sang the ghazals, actually Urdu ghazals. I don't know the name of the album, but
no.
That Sundhile and other songs. Mohan, actually you can help me with those songs.
Say it again. Sing it again.
Sundhile. Mohan Pantava. दूर से मेरी आंखें
यार म्यूजिक
Sri Ankunta sir.
Oh, you see,
that was the only Hindi album I could find that was
not the ghazals. Actually, there was
love romance
songs, private songs they have done. And 2 years back, Nikhil, when I composed one pop album, all melodies only. I recorded it, but it has not seen the light of the day yet. I don't know the reason.
Okay.
Lovely numbers they have composed. And if somebody asks me to do those sorts of numbers, I will certainly do it.
Okay.
But இப்போ என்ன ஆச்சுன்னா, நமக்கு particularly devotional albums in particularly South India, all are very seasonal. Before December it will be all Christian albums, and when Ayyappa season comes, it's all Ayyappa songs. இப்படியெல்லாம் வரும். But he can do some wonderful melodies. But other vechi kuda those producers have got some norms. If it comes to Ayyappa, they always wants to sing the Tindakatum, Ayyappa Tindakatum da irukano. Melodious so softer numbers irukku kudadan feel பண்ணுவாங்க. And maybe I may take more time to compose those numbers and more time to record those numbers also. இப்போ வந்து 10 பாட்டு ஒரே நாள்ல ட்ராக் எடுத்துட்டு இன்னொரு நாள்ல ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க. Those albums when I sing all the 10 songs in a day. I'll finish. But while recording the tracks or recording the music or composing, I may take more time. If somebody offers it, I will definitely do it. Not necessarily they should be film songs.
Okay. The next question is actually from, as I introduced you, there are budding lyricists, budding in Badai, lyricists as well as composers, and few suggestions and advices on how, of course, probably this doesn't apply to you, how one should handle critics.
See, that is, it all depends on the platform of self-assessment. Okay. You see, if one thinks that he is always right, he cannot take the criticism from others also. If you have the sense of knowing whether they are sincerely trying to get the best out of you and sincerely criticizing you, then you have to take it with a smile. But there will be some people who always search holes. They are Randran Veshaka appadinu solvaanga Sanskrit. See, those people always, first of all, they don't look at the total product. They first start with finding where shall we find out the problem or mistake. Those things you need not have to take seriously at all. But take everything with a smile. As long as your self-assessment is right, you will never fall short of.
Okay.
There is no meaning in becoming emotional and arguing with them. And ultimately what happens, the result will be that whatever the best product you make next time, he goes on giving it only a bad remark.
Okay. The next question is actually in terms of relating to live concert singing. First of all, we want to thank you for being an excellent ambassador for the entire film music world. As fans of music, we want you to carry back the message that all the genuine fans of music are disappointed and deprived by the concept of track singing and lip syncing on stage. We feel that it is a degeneration of value in the music, also being insensitive to the lyrics, that we already discussed. And we know that in your live concerts you don't do that, but which is why I said as an ambassador.
Actually, it is a deceit, First one, you see, why people come to see a live performance, there is an adjective live there. Now, you see, they all very well know that all the 30 pieces of musical instruments cannot be there on the stage unless it happens to be a bigger music director show or whatever it is. And they know people are bound to make mistakes. They don't mind about it, but they want to see the singer singing flesh and blood and how he interacts with his musicians on the stage. And those things make a big difference to the live audiences also. So people coming with tracks already made and அது கூட பரவாயில்ல. இப்போ லிப்சிங்கே பண்றாங்கன்னு கேள்விப்படும்போது ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கு. So that I feel very bad. Playing a record and lip syncing it, that is absolutely bad, and I will never encourage that. And I have given my piece of mind to lots of singers who have been doing like that, and not straightforwardly. I said, is it a fact that you have been doing like this? I say certain backgrounds are very difficult, that's why we are doing it. If backgrounds are difficult, you can simplify the background and you need not have to play even the backgrounds. When you sing, people are there to listen. Absolutely. That is there. The background is only a breathing space. That is what K.V. Mahadevan used to say. Very practical person. Even while recording, ஒரு சின்ன நோட் ஏதாவது தப்பு வந்துச்சுன்னா கூட அவர் ஓகே பண்ணது அப்புறம் மியூசிக் போட யார் ஒரு 10% தெரியுமா, தெரியட்டுமே, தப்பே கிடையாது. நம்ம எல்லாம் ஹியூமன் பீயிங்ஸ் தானே. மியூசிக் எதுக்கு இருக்கிறது நடுப்புல, அது சொல்லி பிரீத்திங் ஸ்பேஸ் பத்தி சொல்லுங்க. அங்கே ஏதாவது ஒரு டான்ஸ் கேட்டு போட்டுக்கலாம். பாட்டில் இருக்கல வார்த்தை நல்லா கேட்கலாம், சுத்தி சுத்தமா பாடணும், அனுபவிச்சு பாடணும், அது இருந்தா போதும்டா அப்படின்னு அவருக்கு.
Okay, Balaji, do you have another question or Udaya?
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Yeah.
Sir, by the 80s and 90s, you were a legend in the industry. So one would think you would have more leeway to tailor the song according to your creativity. ஆனா பார்க்கும்போது இந்த 70s சாங்ஸ்ல, like for example the ones that I gave to you, அதுல வந்து that seemed to have more creative input from you. astonishing sangatis, free flowing singing and so on. இதுக்கு என்ன காரணம்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க நீங்க? Was it because the 70s music directors allowed you to improvise more, and by 80s and 90s the music director had a lot more control over what you sang, or do you think it is just our ears that are doing the trick for us?
No, if you are calibrating this thing periodically, I don't think it is right. Actually speaking, I should have given more liberty when I have become more seasoned, If I becoming more senior, then maybe some people were a little bit hesitant to say not to do this and not to do that. But in 70s, I was just coming up. People should have put their foot firmly and saying that no, we don't want. It is all depends upon the composer. You see, most of the composers, they had so much of confidence on me that whatever improvisation I was making will never hamper the song. Actually, there should be an ethic while you are improvising a song in the record. On the stage, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you can go parasitic also. People love it. But as far as the situation and song demanding and the record depending upon the character, you have to think twice before you improvise. Even sometimes, particularly MSV used to tell, Anna, நான் இந்த சங்கதி போடுறேன்னு சொன்னா, யார் வீட்டு சொத்து நல்லா போட்டுக்கோ அப்படின்னு. Sometimes if I went little overboard, used to say, இந்த சங்கதி போட்டா என் கதி என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னு. So it is all by experience, where to have that exorcism and where not to have it. And it is not in 70s or 80s or something like that. And particularly certain people, most of the people gave me a lot of liberty. And maybe the stricter people were like, if you take it in Tamil, it is 100% Ilayaraja, because he wanted exactly what he meant to have it. Sometimes if you had felt that I did little extra, so those in one particular period, we used to mix this song, and later he would come and listen to them. He was not present while we were dubbing the song, which was, of course, it didn't happen very often, very rarely. But he is a very, very strict master actually. Exactly அவர் சொன்னதுதான் வரணும் அப்படின்னு ஃபீல் பண்ணுவாரு. Vishwanathan also was like that, but a percentage of liberty was always given, and lots of liberty. Actually எல்லா சிங்கர்ஸுக்கு கொடுக்குறது வந்து Rahman. What he says is, this is a skeleton song, you go on singing all the rehearsals, all the takes he will take, and then he goes on editing later, and he never wants to hurt the feelings of a singer. திடீர்னு ஒரு சங்கதி போட்டாச்சுன்னா, that is not good, don't do that அப்படின்னு சொல்லவே மாட்டார். இது நல்லா இருந்தது, வேற விதமா ஒன்னு பாட்டு பார்க்கலாமா அப்படின்னு இன்னொரு டேக்காக தான் எடுத்து வச்சுக்கிறாரு. And ultimately whatever he likes, he used to put it. So that improvisation, the reason for that was maybe the music director that particular period thought that whatever I was doing was enhancing the beauty of the song. That's all. Otherwise, it doesn't depend upon 70s or 80s.
As a composer, நீங்க இந்த ஸ்பெக்ட்ரம்ல எங்க இருக்கீங்க?
I give lot of liberty to my singers, and there is always a frame. Because my seniors have sung with me. For me, Yeshdas has sung, and Sushilama has sung, Janaki has sung, Chiki has sung for me, Vasu has sung, and while what I try to do before a microphone when other music director is composing a song, I want to give all that liberty to these people. But some people, you always used to say, we need not have to do anything, because as a singer you have composed, adu paana podum appadinvaanga. But I still always used to say, like agaram ippo sigaram paatu paadradhukku Yeshdas varumbodhu track naane paadrundhen, I just gave the cassette to him and I just listened to this. He heard it and said, இது திருப்பி எதுக்கிட்ட நான் பாடணும், இவ்வளவு நல்லா இருக்கு, திருப்பி நான் என்ன பண்ண போறேன், இதுக்கு மிஞ்சி நான் கிழக்க போறேன் அப்படின்னா. The voice makes a difference, the situation makes a difference. நான் இது உங்களை மனசுல வச்சுதான் நான் கம்போஸ் பண்ணேன். I didn't compose it keeping myself in my thoughts. So நீங்க பாடும்போது அதே சங்கதி பாடினாலும் உங்க வாய்ஸ்ல வரும்போது it may be different. Or if you want to take more liberty, எங்க நீங்க என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்களோ நீங்க பாடுங்க, no problem. This is the situation. இந்த ஃப்ரேம்குள்ள நீங்க என்ன பண்ணாலும் எனக்கு ஓகே சொல்லுங்க.
எம்எஸ்சி உங்களுக்கு நிறைய லிபர்ட்டி கொடுத்தாரு அப்படின்னீங்க. ஒரு ஒரு உங்களுக்கு நல்லா பிடிச்ச ஒரு பாட்டு எப்படி ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணீங்கன்னு கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணுங்களேன். லைக் எனக்கு ஒரு காதல் இருக்கின்றாலோ இல்லை அந்த மாதிரி.
அதுல அவர் அன்பாக என்ன நிறைய திட்டினார் அந்த பாட்டு பாடும்போது.
ஏன்னா அந்த சாங் கேட்கும் போதே வந்து நீங்களும் அவரும் ஒன்னா உட்காந்து யூ கிரியேட்டட் டாக்கிங் டு ஈச் அதர் அந்த ஒரு ஃப்ளோ தட்
அப்படி நடக்கவே இல்லை. ஆக்சுவலி ஹி ஹஸ் கம்போஸ்ட். ஐ வென்ட் டு தி ஸ்டுடியோ. ஹி செட் இப்போ 2 பேருமே நம்ம ஆக்ட் பண்ண போறோம். நான் வந்து மியூசிக் டைரக்டர், நீ என்ன சான்ஸ் கேட்க வந்திருக்கிற, இந்த சூழ்நிலையில ஒரு பாட்டு நான் பியானோ வாசிட்டு பாடுறேன், நீ என்னோட சேர்ந்து பாட போற அப்படின்னு சொன்னாரு. ஐ லேர்ன் திஸ் சாங் டு ஸ்டார்ட் வித். அந்த சாங் கொஞ்சம் டிஃபிகல்ட்டா இருக்குமோ, அவர் ரொம்ப அநாயாசமா பாடுறாரு, நான் என்ன பண்ண போறேன் அதே வருமா ஸ்ட்ரீட்ல பக்கத்து, பிகாஸ் we were singing same booth and that was a live recording. அப்படின்னு நினைச்சிட்டு then with his encouragement I got confidence and in couple of takes I went little beyond the expectation of him. அந்த டேக் ஆனதுக்கு அப்புறம் அவர் சொன்னாரு, இது ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கு, நான் இல்லைன்னு சொல்லல, ஆனா வந்து முதல் தடவை சான்ஸ் கேட்க மியூசிக் டைரக்டர் கிட்ட வந்திருக்கிறவன் வந்து மியூசிக் டைரக்டர் ஓவர் டேக் பண்ணி போயாச்சுன்னா எங்கது என்ன ஆகும் கொஞ்சம் மனசுல யோசனை பண்ணி தட்டி போடுவேன் தலையில, ராஸ்கல் நீ சிங்கர் இப்போ அது மனசுல வச்சுக்கிட்டு பாடுற அப்படின்னு சொன்னாரு. ரொம்ப ரொம்ப அன்பாக ரொம்ப ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்தது அந்த சிச்சுவேஷன். அண்ட் மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் தி டைம்ஸ் வாட் ஐ மிஸ் நவ் இஸ், நாங்க மியூசிஷியன்ஸ் எல்லாம் சேர்த்து லைவா ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணும்போது we could see some people's faces while playing also that used to give us so much of radiance. And எல்லாம் முடிஞ்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் அந்த சின்ன மிக்சர் ரூம்குள்ள these 30-35 people will crowd in to listen to the numbers and everybody will be watching music director and அவங்க சோலோ வரும்போது அந்த இம்ப்ரோவைசேஷன் பண்ணதோ, தபலா பிரசாத் வாசிச்சது, அந்த விற்கா ஒன்று அடிச்சதோ, அது மியூசிக் டைரக்டர் என்ன ஃபீல் பண்ணுவாரு, மற்றவங்க என்ன ஃபீல் பண்ணுவாரு, ஒருத்தர் மூஞ்சியெல்லாம் பார்த்துட்டு இருப்பாங்க, சிரிச்சுட்டு இருப்பாங்க, ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கும். ஒரு சங்கதி நான் போடுறதெல்லாம் நான் கொஞ்சம் தூரமா நின்றுட்டு கேட்டிருப்பேன். விஸ்வநாத் சார் சிரிச்சுட்டு இப்படியே he will look at me and when this how the song is being played சும்மா கை இப்படி எம்பிட்டிருக்காங்க, இங்க வா அப்படின்னாரு. கிட்ட போனது நல்ல கட்டி முத்தம் கொடுத்து என் பாட்டுக்கு ரொம்ப லைஃப் கொடுத்தேன் ராஜா கண்ணா நல்லா இருற அப்படின்னு. And sometimes he used to go home and usually after 10 o'clock after a couple of drinks ரெக்கார்டிங் தியேட்டர்லாம் வாழப்போட எப்பவுமே கூட்ட மாட்டார். இப்ப கூட என்ன பாலு அவர்களேன்னு so couple of drinks used to tell me, டேய் கண்ணா என்ன மாதிரி பண்ணேன்ப்பா, நான் இப்போ தண்ணி அடிச்சு பேசணும்னு நினைக்காது, உங்க அண்ணி கிட்ட போன் கொடுக்குறேன், கிட்ட நான் எத்தனை தடவை கெசட் போட்டு கேட்டு இருக்கிறேன், உங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் நான் ரொம்ப நன்றி கடன் பட்டிருக்கிறேன்டா அப்படின்னா. ஹவு குட் ஐ கெட் ஆல் தோஸ் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ்?